we are going to do a recap from yesterday's hike. Our driver picked us up a little bit later than we would have liked, so we did not actually start hiking until 11. We ended up doing 8.1 miles, and we did not see the ponies. That is my fault, because we came across a junction in the trail and it said the scales to the left, and it said 1/4. So I thought it was 1/4 of a mile to the scales, which is the corral. It's this huge acre size corral where you can camp inside so that the ponies don't get to your tent and all your stuff. And so I thought, well, let's take that and see if there's ponies. The trail, the Appalachian Trail, went straight. So we took that side trail because we thought it was 1/4 of a mile, and then we would just walk back if there were no ponies up around the corral. And it was more than 1/4 of a mile. It was probably 3/4 of a mile.
I think it showed, when we found a sign, it showed 1.2 from where we turned.
And I guess if we had followed the Appalachian Trail, we would have run into the ponies. We did not see the ponies, which I'm bummed for Ed because that's what he wanted to see most. How many feet from us? 20 feet. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. I mean, we see lots of deer at home, but still to be out here in the wild. It's just very cool to be hiking and come across a deer. I know that we kind of have them at home, and sometimes you see them up in Tahoe, but just to be hiking out here and, I don't know, come across a wild animal that lives out here is very cool. It's really gorgeous up here. It's green. The birds are just singing away. I think it's about 11:30. We should be getting somewhat close to the top of the mountain. We are going to stop and change into shorts. Ooh, because it is that warm. And then the rest of the hike for the rest of the day is just some small ups and downs all the way. So, well, I think we go down for a bit and then ups and downs. So, kind of nice. A pretty good day today so far. Right?
Yes. Whatever the question was.
Here's a stream crossing. Lots of nice cold water that we do not want to fall into. I would not start by stepping on that big rock. Good job.
Let's hope she does a better job than me. I stepped on a rock that rocked and got both feet wet. Good job. Didn't get wet feet, but I did. We're at Comer Creek Falls. It's a little before 4 in the afternoon. Shivers is working her way down to filter water. So people wonder just how good your filter system can be. You can take water as dirty as that and make it safe to drink.
That is not true. This is a flavor, and it's chocolate salt. So it looks kind of disgusting. It looks like mud. Joanne Kelly, if you are watching, this is like your dirt. Remember she used to
Oh,
drink
that's
dirt?
right.
Joanne, I'm drinking some dirt for you today.
Here we sit. You can probably hear the thunder. We were, what, 1/10 of a mile from a campsite? And this wind came up that was insane. And then torrential downpour. So shivers quickly threw the tent up. We dove inside. And would you like to recap the day?
The tent needs a little adjusting.
Tent needs a bit of adjusting because it was thrown up in a hurry.
It was a good day. I mean, we did about 9 miles.
Saw a waterfall. Saw several deer. But now we're hunkered in. You'll see that there's nothing in here. Because basically she threw the tent up, threw our stuff in the vestibules. And here we are. Not much to say. All you do is hunker down. 7 o'clock in the evening. There's so much condensation that's actually bouncing off the tent and spraying us.
Okay, here we are. What day is it?
Tuesday.
We took a 0 yesterday because we spent the night in the pouring rain, tornado-like weather. It really wasn't a tornado-like weather, but
there was some wind that was insane.
Yeah, some pretty strong winds. And our gear, everything was soaked because of that. And so we got a shuttle into town, and yesterday morning, instead of hiking, and we are today slack packing. Slack packing, if I haven't explained it before, is where you hike with only the minimum amount of things you need. Sometimes it's in a day pack, but I have my backpack on with just our water and food and my rain gear because someone forgot his.
I didn't bring mine.
It's not supposed to rain. We're actually supposed to have really nice weather for the next 5 days, so that's good. We're going to try and see how many miles we can get in today with no weight on our backs and
Cool weather.
So it should be a very good day.
Blue sky, although just a little bit ago it was looking like it was going to dump on us, but it didn't. But man, this is just gorgeous.
Funny because Ed's behind me making a video too. We are slack packing today and just came across this really pretty meadow, and I don't think I've done too much videoing because it's pretty much the same terrain. Lots of greenery. It's beautiful. It's lush. And it's very nice. But it's going to be that way for the next 400 miles. The same pretty much terrain. The trees are leafing out and just beautiful trail. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that. Virginia, the state, the nickname for the AT in Virginia is the Virginia Blues. And that's because they say people get tired of Virginia because it's the same. It's the longest state I'll be going through for almost 500 miles, I think. But it will be kind of the same terrain. Very beautiful and green and rolling hills. Not a lot of like steep climbs or steep descents. So a nice part of the trail to be able to maybe make up some miles and get more miles in than I normally would. But yeah, it's just beautiful here coming through this green grassy meadow. Actually, probably full of ticks. So I am hiking in shorts today. So is Ed. So we will have to make sure that we check ourselves for ticks. But it's gorgeous. The sun's out. It's gone behind the clouds a few times and we thought it was going to rain. But so far so good. It's almost noon and we're making pretty good time today. So I'm happy about that. See you up trail.
Here we are at today's lunch spot. Shivers is doing the hard work of filtering. But we bought a new filter, so tomorrow will be better, faster. Today, this is part of our slack packing. We've gone 8 miles or so today. Probably, almost, yeah. So far, got another 6.7 ahead.
There's like a bunch of butterflies just circling around here.
I'm getting a lot of therapy out of it.
Okay, and we just met our friend from Auburn, Slugger, that's right. And of course this is
Scott
and Chuck Norris. Scott is rebelling against the trail name.
That's right. It's the code.
Come on, stop. All right, so we are heading out. Is it Wednesday morning?
Yes.
Wednesday morning. We were in a motel in Marion for 2 nights. We slack packed yesterday and we're out hiking today with our packs. See those cows in the background? We're going to be going through some pastures today, over a few smallish mountains. And hopefully we will be catching up with Terminator and Arrow today. That is the goal. I don't know, maybe the cows will follow us. I'm not sure. Anything you want to add?
No, yesterday was a good day. We did 15 point something miles, 7 or 8 miles. It was really, really pretty. I was glad that Shivers was carrying the water and food because I was tired by the end.
I was tired too. Here's another example of what the trail does. We're going uphill. We've been doing a bit of uphill, and it could, it could have switchbacks, which on occasion it does, but you can look forward up there and see that it just basically goes straight up and over. So I haven't had these kind of mountain climbing for a while, and yeah, it's a little rough. I'm pretty sure he's having a good time. Are you having a good time?
I'm having a great time, except I look up the trail and it's like straight up the mountain.
Just sitting on the front porch of the Quarterway Hostel. That's my view out here this morning. Had a nice breakfast here. Thought we were gonna get out of here early, but Shivers decided to go back to bed. And It's just a beautiful morning though, just peaceful, quiet.
Dad and I stayed at the Quarter Way Inn and Hostel. It is a quarter of the way to Maine on the AT. So I just wanted to give a quick video of this place. It's really cute. Look at these cute shoes, all with succulents in them and growing moss. And we come in. There is a really nice sitting area with lots of videos. Games over here, game table, kitchen area to use, stocked fridge, stocked resupply, and then a bunk room with no double bunks, and then a couple of areas towards the back that have curtains if you wanted privacy. We are going to recap yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday. We did 10.2 miles. Came up and over a few good hills. Are you going to pay attention?
Yes, here I am.
And they were tough hills. I will say that they reminded me of Georgia. Steep. They were on the steeper side than
They were
what...
in your face type of hills. Like as you're going up, the hill is like right in your face.
Dad was licking the dirt. Anyway, we passed the quarter way mark, so I've done a quarter of the trail, which is exciting. We stopped at Quarter Way Inn and Hostel and didn't want to leave. It's a very nice, quiet place, and
really interesting.
Got some good rest. They have a little cemetery up on the hill. Tell them what she told you.
So the original owners of this property, it goes back to the 1700s, and they owned it up to the 1950s. And so that cemetery has got a number of people buried up there, including a Confederate, colonel or something like that, whose headstone has taken a ride all the way up north because his northern family was not happy that it wasn't being tended to. And the people down here got upset and they brought his headstone back again. So kind of interesting.
It's cool out here. There are lots of family cemeteries from people back in the 1800s and earlier who are buried on their property. I've taken pictures and done video of several that we've passed. So I think that's kind of cool. So yesterday was a little bit of a tougher day. And that could be because we did 16 miles the day before, and maybe should have done a little bit shorter. So today we are just taking it easy. We're going to go as far as we want to go, and it's like almost 11, I think.
Yep.
And so we're just getting out of the hostel, so we're not in a rush. And today's been good so far because, we haven't done anything yet.
That's right. Had a good breakfast.
Oh, she had a wonderful breakfast.
Yeah.
Homemade jam, honey from her bees, biscuits, a quiche, apple juice, fruit, oatmeal baked something. What else? I don't know. It was yummy.
Yeah.
We're kind of at the top of this meadow. I just want to give you a view of how beautiful it is up here. And as we were climbing, Ed and I were talking about our life and how many years we might have left, how many good years we might have to be able to travel and hike and do things. And one of the things that struck me is that You know, you don't have to do this big thing like I'm hiking 2,200 miles. You don't have to commit to that. Get out wherever you are and enjoy nature, walk, bike ride, whatever it is you want to do, be active and enjoy the things around you. There's an area around all of us that is beautiful. And you don't have to travel a long ways. You can if you want to, but get out and go to places. Go to Yosemite. Go down south and see all the wildflowers when they bloom. Go up north to see the redwoods. You know, you can do a lot of that stuff on a day trip, or you can do it overnight. But we just were talking about it and how important it is to find the beauty around you and enjoy it. Don't think that, oh, I can't go hike 2,000 miles, so I'm never going to see all the amazing things that I've seen, but you can see things that are just as amazing. And just as an example, my friend Kathy Barney went up to Shasta, and I loved seeing those pictures. It's been a few years since we've been up to that area, and it made us talk about, oh, you know, we need to get up to that area again, and go more into the Shasta area, because we haven't done that. And Ed used to go up there all the time as a kid. And so there's lots of places around that you can enjoy and get out and do some sightseeing, some walking around. It doesn't have to be a long hike. It can even be a drive. You don't even have to get out of the car. So just get out there.
Here comes Shivers up the trail, trying to make it through this swamp area.
You're videoing me after coming from a poop?
You didn't have to announce that part.
I feel good.
Yeah, this is where it's kind of interesting. So we came down over this mountain here, and I could see there's a road down here. Well, then you get here and it's like there's this sign. Look for the red bunkhouse. So we're getting ready to stop for lunch. And you look right down there. Sure enough, there's a place where I guess, who knows, beer and all kinds of stuff. So I think that they may be our target for lunch. So here's our camp for the night. This is Thursday night. We're at Lynn Creek
Camp.
Lynn Creek Camp, and she has got Idahoan instant potatoes and what? Salmon? Going in there?
Yep.
One of her favorites. And I have got a backpacking meal getting ready to go, but very pretty spot. Pan around a little bit, but
Creek on the side.
yep, you got the trails right there. We've got some other people are camped back in the woods, and here these nice young guys came in and got a fire going right away. And then right down below us is the creek, and you can see all the rhododendrons around here. And just a very, very pretty evening, I shall say.